Hi, this is Aatmn, and I'm going to present a case study with Annou. This case study I have taken with a very basic Redikall technique called R5, that is Redikall Foundation technique, which is available in Redikall Crystalline Mind book, workshops, and webinars. This is a story of a woman who has struggled her way to survive and has fought several battles. Battles of nursing her mother and her sickness, witnessing her brother's incurable illnesses, separations, divorces, difficult lifetimes and challenges, financial difficulties, dependency issues, loneliness perhaps, and many more such issues. There is Annou in each one of us. All of us have gone through this so-called low phases of life. Not necessarily every time we visit a professional or an expert, and not necessarily we can always afford the kind of sophisticated treatments, but it is completely possible to help yourself. R5 is one of those very easy self-help technique. To understand the theory or details about how does that work, you can either read the book or you can attend the workshops. Meanwhile, you can listen to this video. A way to watch this video and to gain the maximum benefit would be to start reciting along with Annou. So as I suggest a recitation of a statement, do it for yourself. It's silently in your mind and witness the shift in your thoughts and the experiences in your body. Your energies also will shift. And finally, let me tell you, it requires a great courage to go on social media discussing personal and private life. Annou has been gracious enough to do that. However, I expect all my listeners and viewers to be responsible and treat her story with dignity. Never take it casually. Do not use it in careless discussions. Or if you ever happen to meet Annou, treat her with the dignity that she deserves. What does that mean? Do not mention about this video. Do not ask her questions. Do not mention all that you judged her for at the time of watching. And the best would be, do not judge her at all, because the story could be completely different than what she is narrating. And you will know it as you unpeel a layer after layer after layer. A beautiful personality emerges, which is so different than what you would imagine her to be. So, just witness, observe, let the layers of personalities unfold and experience the beauty of being. It's a slow video, it will take some time. Watch it and listen to it when you're free and when you're ready to reflect within and heal that part of your personality which represents Annou. Thank you, Annou, for consenting to take this video and publish it on social media. And thank you all of you for watching this video. Continue watching till the end of it and watch till the time Annou feels deserved. If you have any comments, do put it in the comment section. One of us will certainly try and respond to your queries. Thank you so much. Over to you, Annou. Hello, Anu. Hi.
Yeah, hi.
Great. Thank you for consenting to take a video recording of this session. Uh, Let me explain to you what R5 is all about.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, R5 is a short form for Revive, Recognize, Realign, Reoriented, Reposition.
Mm-hmm.
We believe that a lot of issues in our life is because of improper filing system in our subconscious mind, and because of that, the arrangement of the information in subconscious mind is haphazard and irregular, and which creates a lot of issues. Most of your answers, solutions, directions are all there in your subconscious mind, and yet, you may not find all these answers and solutions very easily because they are not filed appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
So, we are going to systematically sort out information which are stored in your subconscious mind, layer by layer, and put them in place. Okay. Uh,
All right.
Now, irrespective of what complaints you have, most of the complaints are directly related to subconscious mind, including health issues. And you know, subconscious mind is very, very powerful.
Yeah.
So, as we start sorting out the information, you start retrieving the right information from your subconscious mind and through your subconscious mind from the metaphysical world, which you can compare with internet connection.
Mm-hmm.
So we have an access to GPS, personalized GPS, and so-called personalized Google, and get all our answers, provided our own system is fine-tuned enough.
Yeah.
So we begin by fine-tuning the system and take it up from there. Is that all right? I mean, have I
Yes, that's
explained to you?
yeah, yeah, sure.
Perfect. Okay, Anu, shoot. Now, over to you.
Basically, there are two issues that I would like to work with.
Hmm.
One is this feeling of loneliness,
Okay. Hmm.
and the second one is the fear of touching my own power. So I find that I kind of tend to hide behind um excuses so that I don't have to touch my power.
Mhm. Okay.
So I think that, and maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm also going through this challenge of anxiety and fear.
Mhm.
And I feel that there's a reason behind all this. And I right now presently I'm also hiding
Mhm.
at home. I'm not really trying to go out too much. I'm not trying to meet people. I have kind of um, socially cut off.
Mhm.
So so I feel that there's no physical reason why I should be doing this. It's not because of my health or something, but it's a lot of emotional stuff and fear and anxiety, I think, which kind of keeps me away from this.
Okay. Right now, what you're feeling?
um, a little nervous.
Okay. So when you say you're feeling nervous, there would be some place somewhere you would be feeling nervous, right?
Yeah, it's my forehead
Mm-hmm.
mostly,
Uh,
like a little buzzing kind of
Little
sensation.
buzz.
Yeah,
Okay. Let's start with the buzz.
yeah.
So I R5 this buzz.
IR5 is buzz.
Continue.
IR5 is buzz. IR5 is buzz. IR5 is buzz. IR5 is buzz.
You know, you can
IR5.
beautifully do it while breathing in. Just say I R5 this buzz in your mind.
IR5. Okay, IR5
And when
is
you
buzz.
breathe out,
Okay.
say I R5 this buzz
IR5 is buzz.
in your mind. You do not need to move your
So,
lips because you'll not be able to breathe in while saying that, right?
so I don't have to say it out
No
loud.
problem. No
Okay.
problem. Don't say it aloud. It's okay. While breathing in, say I R5 this buzz. And while breathing out, say I R5 this buzz. Yeah. What's happening to this buzz?
quiet.
Quiet, yeah. Awesome. Okay. What's the next feeling that you're being present to?
No thoughts coming up. It's like a little quiet.
Yeah. All right. So breathe in and say, I R5 this thoughtlessness. And breathe out while saying, I R5 this thoughtlessness. Breathe in and breathe out. And if the next thought comes, let me know.
I don't know where it's coming from, but the statement that I'm good for nothing.
Ah, and where do you feel this? I'm good for nothing.
It's kind of building up in my eyes.
Uh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So just breathe in and say, I R5 this feeling of being good for nothing. And breathe out while saying, I R5 this feeling of being nothing, feeling of being good for nothing. I R5 the feeling of being good for nothing. I R5 this feeling of being good for nothing. I R5 this feeling of being good for nothing. I R5 this feeling of being good for nothing. I R5 this feeling of being good for nothing. I R5 this feeling of being good for nothing. Yes, what's happening?
The fact that I have not achieved anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that makes you feel,
That makes me feel like useless,
and where do you feel this useless feeling?
like a useless, like a failure.
Where do you feel that feeling of being a failure?
Feeling it in my throat.
In your throat. And can you describe?
It's like a little, like a pricking kind of a feeling.
And what's pricking you over there?
The thought, which is like, I good for nothing.
Yeah. However, I want you to give a metaphor to something that is pricking you in the throat.
It's like a needle, which is kind of, it's like there's a sore point and there's a needle which is kind of going on now,
Hmm. So,
kind of touching it. Yeah.
yeah. Breathe in and say, I R5 this needle. And breathe out and say, I R5 this needle. Yes, what's happening?
It's better. The throat is
Better?
better. Yeah.
The throat is better?
Yeah.
Say, I'm good for nothing.
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 Does that bring out any emotional charge?
Yeah, it's like a feeling that it's true,
Ah,
It's like the mind saying, yeah, it's true.
okay. I say I'm useless.
I'm useless.
I'm useless. Yeah. Where is the emotional charge, Annu? Where do you feel this?
Feel it in my chest,
Yeah. What's there in the chest?
like a heaviness.
Heaviness because of?
It's like, there's like a stone.
Yes. So breathe in and say, I R5 the stone. silently in your mind. IR5, the stone. 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 What's happening to the stone?
Yeah, it's shrunk
Still there, right?
a little bit. Yeah, not so much.
Let's finish. IR5, the stone. IR5, the stone. IR5, the stone. IR5, the stone.
Yeah, it's not there.
Not there? All right. I want you to say this. I'm useless.
I'm useless. Useless.
I'm useless. Only 3 times.
Okay. Useless. Useless. Useless.
Yeah, what's happening, Anu?
There's no negative charge to it.
But still, I feel some tears coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you feel that in the body?
I feel it like I was saying in my legs.
Yeah. And what do you feel in your legs?
Like a tingling kind of
Yeah.
sensation.
All right. So take a deep breath and say, IR5, this tingling.
I have this tingling.
IR5, this tingling. IR5, this tingling. IR5, this tingling. IR5, this tingling. Where do you feel it now?
Yeah, it's better.
Better?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now let's say that again. I'm useless.
No, there's no instinct.
No?
No.
Uh-huh. Awesome. All right. Once again, just say I'm useless.
Mm-hmm.
I'm useless.
I'm useless.
I'm useless.
I'm useless.
What's happening?
I'm useless.
What's happening?
There's a thought that I don't have anything to show in terms of financially or a good relationship or anything substantial to show that I'm useful or that I mean anything to anybody.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's like the feeling that if I'm gone tomorrow, it won't matter to anyone.
And where do you feel this in the body?
In my head.
Head. And in your head, where?
I feel it in this portion.
Hmm. Okay. And what's happening there?
Like there's a little throbbing kind of sensation.
Throbbing sensation. Okay. And what is throbbing over there?
I don't know. It's how it's pulsating.
What is pulsating over there? No problem. So just say IR5 this pulsations. IR5 this pulsations. IR5 this pulsations. IR5 these pulsations.
It's quite a.
Quieted. Okay. See, I have nothing to show.
Not that.
I have nothing to show in terms of money or achievements to anyone.
Let's say it aloud, or
Just say it aloud.
okay. I have nothing to show in terms of money, relationship, achievements. I have nothing to show in terms of achievement, money, relationship, the body. I have nothing to show in terms of achievements, relationship, money, success, body.
Yeah. What's the feeling?
The feeling is there of a total failure.
All right. Just say I'm a failure.
I'm a failure.
I'm a
I'm a
failure.
failure.
I'm a failure.
I'm a failure.
Where do you feel that?
Feeling it in my stomach.
In the
Stomach.
stomach. Okay.
Yeah.
And where in stomach? What's happening in the stomach?
It's like every time I said that it was cringing,
Cringy.
Yeah.
And what is cringing there?
The thought that, it's like it's been such a waste of a life. I've wasted my life.
What is cringing there? Metaphorically. Okay. IR5, this cringing. Continue. IR5, this cringing. IR5, this cringing. Okay. Just say I have wasted my life.
I have wasted my life. I have wasted my life. I have wasted.
What's happening as you say this?
Partially it's not true.
Yes.
Yeah, because behind all the failed relationships and people going away and all, and not having too much of distractions, I've been able to focus on myself because Anu was all about uh, taking care of other people, pleasing everybody else. I've never really paid attention to who I was, what I liked, what I didn't like. So, and I feel that maybe, it's the whole thing was about focusing on myself. So, in a way, it's been good. I have been able to do that.
And what have you been able to do?
I've been able to be a little bit more attentive to myself in terms of healing myself,
Mm,
healing all the hurt, the anger, all the disappointments. It's not completely gone, but at least I'm in the process. I have the time when I can do it.
right.
Yeah. So
Ah,
maybe this time was required for me to do that.
correct.
Yeah.
So you got the brilliance on your own. All right. It's not that you have wasted time.
Yeah.
You needed the time to heal yourself after going through all that you've gone through. And you've
Yes.
done a fantastic job.
Yeah.
So, would you still call yourself useless?
I only would say useless when I try to measure it in terms of, you know, financially, whether it's in terms of a successful relationship or for in terms of a body, only in those terms, yes. Otherwise, spiritually, as a soul, I feel no, I've not wasted my time. I'm not useless because I
Absolutely.
have been very, very brave and I have taken on this challenge, even though it's been tough, but I kind of stuck it through. I did not try to find an escape route uh, and run away from it.
Awesome. Isn't that great?
Yes, absolutely.
Mm. So, just say, I R5 my courage. 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 Yeah.
So the thought was that what I've been able to achieve is very, very difficult. Not many people can do it.
Yes.
It's easy to make money. It's easy to with all that. It's not comparatively it's easier, but what I have taken on, what I have done with myself is amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Now say I'm useless.
Useless. I'm useless. I'm useless. No, not true.
Not true?
Not true.
Awesome. Say I haven't achieved anything.
I haven't achieved anything.
I have wasted my life.
I wasted my life. I have wasted my life. I have wasted my life. That's coming as little part true, part not true. A good
Hmm.
part of it is not true.
Yeah. So it's not fully true.
It's not fully true.
So where is the feeling of still remaining feeling about wasting your life?
When I sometimes tend to spend a lot of time on the social media
Mm.
or playing games on my mobile, or just sometimes some days just whiling away my time and watching television, not
Mm.
doing anything concrete.
Concrete.
And but sometimes I feel that that also is necessary because maybe the mind is processing too much. I feel
Mm.
sometimes that
Mm.
it's okay to take that break, and I don't have to be working 24/7.
Correct. Right. Yes. So where is the guilt of wasting some time, if any, if there is?
Yeah, it's only about not being financially independent
Yeah.
and having to depend on people uh, for their support.
Yeah. Say I'm financially dependent.
I'm financially dependent. I'm financially dependent. Financially dependent.
Where do you feel it?
More than being financially dependent, it's actually um, how would I say it? It feels like it's I feel like a beggar.
Yeah.
I feel like a beggar where I'm looking for people to be able to asking for that financial support.
Yeah. So let's. Is there a particular body part where which feels like a beggar?
I'm getting my eyes.
Hmm? Eyes.
I'm getting my eyes there.
Yeah. What is there in your eyes?
It's like a feeling of longing,
Longing for
longing for support, for
support.
love.
And what kind of people long for support and love, according to you?
People who are weak
And where do you feel the weakness?
in my legs.
Okay. And how do you feel the weakness?
I I don't find this thing. It's like there's no stability when I'm walking. I feel that I'm going to fall.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So just say IR5, weakness in my legs. Breathe in and breathe out. IR5, weakness in my legs. 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 IR5, weakness in my leg. IR5, weakness in my legs. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like I have this fear that if I will not be able to walk, or if my
Hmm.
legs become so weak, how am I going to walk?
All right. And where is that fear?
And that kind of makes me feel horrible because I know then I'll be more dependent on. Right now, at least physically, I'm not dependent on anybody, so that would make me dependent.
Right. Okay. And where is the fear of dependency in you?
Somewhere I used to dislike this feeling of dependency in my mother. I used to get very angry, very upset, you know, when I would sense that feeling of dependency in her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of the qualities I really disliked about my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And in some way, I feel that it's there in me now.
Yeah. So IR5, my guilt of judging my mother. IR5, my guilt of judging my mother for being dependent. IR5, my guilt of judging my mother for being dependent. IR5, my guilt, judging my mother for being dependent.
If I, whatever I judged her for, I see it in myself now,
Yeah,
and that kind of gets me even more angry.
yeah. We often experience what we judge others,
Yeah.
especially our loved ones.
Hmm.
You know? So I R5 my need to go through what I judged my mother for. I R5 my need to go through all that I judged my mother for. I R5 my need to go through all that I judged my mother for.
It's surely made me more empathetic
Mhm.
uh, towards, you know, um, towards everyone, I think, because somewhere there was a thing about when I was younger, this thing about wanting to be strong. I felt that everybody should be strong, and there was no room for any emotions, any weakness, any dependency.
Mm.
So somewhere that I guess I picked up this thing about being strong
Is equal to?
is equal to a good human being. If you're a good, if you're like a perfect person,
Mm.
um, and you achieve something, if you're a strong person,
Mm. And if you're weak?
then then nobody wants to be around you. Nobody, then you're a failure. You know, uh, you'll be left alone. Nobody wants to be with a person who's weak.
Like,
Hmm?
who was there in your life who was weak, left alone, failure, nobody wanted to be around?
My brother, he
Mm-hmm.
was suffering from muscular dystrophy,
Uh-huh.
and he didn't have any friends.
Okay.
So it was just us walking.
Okay.
But of course, he also died early. He died when he was only about 14 years old.
He died when he was?
14.
How old were you?
I was just a year older than him, so 15, 15 and a half.
Okay. Let's first address.
And that time I felt that I had to be strong for my mother
Yes.
because she really loved him,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt that she wouldn't survive if he wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
But then she did, and that's when I learned that nobody is indispensable. Life moves on.
Mm.
Then when my father passed away, I had to be strong for my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And when my mother passed away, I had to be strong for myself.
Mm.
So always have had to be strong. And if I wasn't strong means that I have.
You were not
And that's one
strong?
of, hmm?
You said you were not strong?
If a one is not strong, then it's like then you're a failure. Because
Mm.
and for the longest of time that I did not allow myself to feel any emotion.
So
And I
those,
think
and I think,
I think I picked this up from my grandmother, my dadi,
mm-hmm.
who said that we should not show our emotions, basically.
Ah, what kind of,
Whatever it is, keep it in yourself. Only if you're strong that
mm. So what kind of people showed?
people cannot hurt you.
Ah, okay. So what happens when you show emotions?
The other person can take advantage
Mm.
if you are too vulnerable.
Vulnerable. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think
So,
that's what happened in my second marriage also,
mhm.
where I opened myself up completely about my childhood, about my life.
Mhm.
My ex-husband would keep throwing it at me
Mhm.
that you have abandonment issues, you have this issue, that issue,
Mhm.
making me out to be
Mhm.
a horrible person,
Mhm.
a weak person.
Mhm.
And at that time, I remember saying to myself that only if I had not told him all this, he wouldn't be throwing it back at me now.
Mhm. Okay. So let's first our five grandmothers' belief. Sometimes it's
Yeah,
not even your beliefs.
yes,
You borrow it. So IR5, my borrowed beliefs from my grandmother. IR5, my borrowed beliefs from my grandmother. IR5, my borrowed beliefs from my grandmother. IR5, my borrowed beliefs from my grandmother.
yeah. Yeah, this thing about, I don't have to buy her beliefs.
Right. IR5, my association of vulnerability with weakness.
I have five my.
Association of
Yeah,
vulnerability with weakness.
okay.
IR5, my association of vulnerability with weakness. Yes or no?
Yeah,
Yeah. What's happening?
yeah. The thing about, just because he did it does not mean that everybody else is going to do it.
Right.
It is okay to be one.
It's okay to be vulnerable. Yes. Okay.
And it's okay, because it's only now that I am being vulnerable, and that's how I'm going to be able to work with it and heal these issues.
Right. Hmm. Say I'm vulnerable.
Well, well, the voice which kept saying you're strong.
Absolutely. Do you know something?
Yeah.
Only strong people can afford to be vulnerable.
Yes.
Weak people actually create a facade of several layers around them. They never
Yeah.
expose
Yeah.
their vulnerability. I mean, of course, this is what I believe. It's not a truth always, but this is what
Yeah,
I've observed.
yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
yes.
So I R5, my inner strength.
There's a sense of pride.
Right. Yes.
It's a sense of pride, that
Pride.
yes,
Oh,
I'm strong.
lovely. And what is your true strength?
My true strength,
Mm.
the ability to be able to stand up against all odds.
Ha. Okay.
I might feel weak
Mm-hmm.
for a moment, but then
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to kind of give it another chance and try again.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So let's do that again. I R5, my ability to stand up against all odds. You know what you're doing?
Yeah.
You have association of strength with ability to stand up against all odds.
Mhm.
So every time you even get a hint of weakness, you look for strength. And when you look for strength, because strength is the ability to stand up against all odds, you invite all odds.
True. Yes, very true.
Okay?
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I are
It's like
far.
having to prove,
Yeah.
having to prove to myself that I am strong.
Yes. Yes. And just to prove that, you keep inviting all odds.
Yeah.
And you've invited enough.
Yes, absolutely. Done.
So let's work with that. IR5, my association of strength with odds. IR5, my unhealthy association. Or rather, IR5, my unfavorable association. Would that sound right?
Yeah, unfavorable. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's better. IR5, my unfavorable association. Yeah,
I don't have to prove that I'm strong.
yes. Mhm. Awesome. You don't have to prove.
No,
No.
not anymore.
Why?
There's no reason to prove. There's nothing that I'm going to gain by proving it. And who do I have to prove it to?
Yes.
Yeah,
How are you feeling?
yeah. I'm feeling empowered. I'm feeling, like a lot of lightness because this thing about having to prove all the time that I'm strong
Mm.
to myself
Mm.
uh, was a huge. It's a lot of burden.
Yes.
And it's okay. There are moments I'm going to be weak. There are moments I'm going to be vulnerable. There are moments I'm going to
Perfect.
be. It's okay.
It's okay.
I don't. It doesn't mean that I'm a failure if I'm weak.
Absolutely.
It's okay to be weak. It's okay to be strong. It's okay to be anything.
Beautiful, Anu.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You're amazing.
Thank you. Thank
You know, I
you.
know there are so many people like you. When they'll watch your video,
Hmm.
they will feel so empowered because they'll be able to help themselves. There's
Yeah.
so much to learn from this session.
Yes.
So, is it okay to post this video?
Yeah, absolutely. Please.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
I know this is not an end. If you wish, we can explore further. First, just
Of course.
digest this much.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
best.
Definitely. All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you so much
You're
for this
welcome.
opportunity.
Bye.
God bless.
God bless.